So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're taking a unique look at movie history, going back to the late 1970s. This film was two films in one, and I don't think it was attempted before or even after in this format, called Movie Movie, the American double bill directed by the great Stanley Donen. It consists of two films, Dynamite Hands, a boxing ring morality tale, and Baxters Beauties of 1933, a musical comedy, both starring the husband and wife team of George C. Scott and Tris Van Devere. A fake trailer for a flying ace movie set in World War One, titled Zero Hour, also featuring Scott, Eli Wallach, and Art Carney, is shown before the double feature. Now, the supporting cast included Barry Bostwick, Red Buttons, Art Carney, and Eli Wallach appearing in both segments, with Harry Hamlin, Barbara Harris, and Anne Reinking featuring in one each. The script was written by TV stars Larry Gelbart and Sheldon Keller. Now, the film is introduced by George the Burns, who tells viewers that you're about to see an old-style double feature. In the old days, he explains, movies were in black and white except sometimes when he sang, and it came out in color. Now, cinematography by Charles Rocher Jr. and Bruce Surtees, edited by George Hively, music by Ralph Burns. Production company of all things was ITC Entertainment from England, distributed by Warner Brothers on November 26, 1978. 105 minutes, so you're looking at 52 and a half minutes for each segment, and only budgeted at $6 million, so you got two movies for $6 million, quite good. Now, in the opening movie, Dynamite Hands, a young man from a poor family, Joey Popchick, dreams of one day becoming a lawyer, even attending high school while selling food on the side. However, his sister is losing her eyesight, and the only doctor who could possibly cure her costs around $25,000. This occurs after he encounters a gruff boxing manager in gloves Malloy, who gave him a business card after he sees Joey pop an arrogant contender. As such, he becomes a boxer to raise the money to have her cured, complete with a handshake deal with Malloy, right on a contract with a guy named Peanuts as he seconded a ring, while the first fight is set up in quick time. Kind of a parody of the old, you're going into a ring, unknown contender coming out a champion. Now, within a couple of months and over 2 dozen victories, but a middling amount of money is paid. Joey wants to fight in a prominent venue of all in the Madison Square Garden. Vince Marlowe, a crooked rival of Malloy, gets him a fight first in Hollywood, while Popchick tries to make sure that Malloy never leaves his corner. Along the way, he gets seduced by fame and fortune. He finds that his sister is taking a liking to a gangster in Johnny Danko near to Marlowe, and he reacts badly to seeing them together at first. Marlowe, rejected by Popchick when he comes back to his senses, advises him to take a dive when it comes to the championship fight. He takes a beating in the first 4 rounds, but near the start of the 5th round, when he hears about his sister having gotten married in New Jersey and seemingly happy with her new husband, he decides to go all out for the round in fighting. Joey wins the fight with a tremendous round of blows. Malloy, having put the pieces together, tries to get Joey away from the angry Marlowe, who bet all his money against him, but Malloy is shot and dies. Joey, so that poetic justice could be served, races through law school to become the prosecutor that prosecute Marlowe. The jury, evidently moved with no need for deliberation, finds Marlowe guilty. After the trial ends, his sister, now cured, announces her pregnancy, while Joey credits his friends in his corner as a man can move mountains with his bare heart. Sort of like a drama comedy style. Now, in the second one, Baxter's Beauties of 1933, legendary theatrical producer Spats Baxter learns he is dying. To support his daughter he's never known after he's gone, he plans to create one last Broadway smash. He has never been able to face her because of his past alcoholism that led to the death of her mother in a car accident, which has thus led him to send her anonymous checks in the mail instead. Kitty Simpson, a young ingenue with dreams of performing on Broadway, arrives to audition. Baxter's accountant Dick Cummings is at heart a genius songwriter. Baxter's star Isabel Stewart is a spoiled actress who also almost destroys the entire production with her drunkenness and reckless spending of the show's money. At one point, the production requires $36,000 to save the show from being closed, upon which Baxter receives a check from a mysterious benefactor that wants the show to go on. Isabel is let go from the production when she drunkenly collapses. In the end, with Baxter having found out that Kitty was a mysterious benefactor, and therefore his daughter, and one who knows the songs by heart, he enlists Dick to bring Isabel back to star in the show. Kitty becomes a star and learns that Baxter is her long-lost father. As the curtain falls, a dying Baxter tells her, "1 minute you're standing in the wings, the next minute you're wearing them. Now, production, it was initially called Double Feature and was based on Galbert's idea. He pitched a project in 1975 and was successful at Universal. It says it took him and co-writer Sheldon Keller 6 weeks to write the film and 6 months to get paid. In June '76, Universal announced Gelbart would write, direct, and produce the film. Now, the studio eventually disliked the script and allowed Gelbart to take it elsewhere. Gelbart showed it to Martin Starger, the American representative of Lou Grade, ITC. Both Starger and Grade loved the script. Grade had been a backer of Gelbart's Sly Fox, and he agreed to finance Double Feature. Now, filming began in October of '77 with Stanley Donen, the famous director, agreeing to take it on. It was decided to shoot the film using color stock that could be printed in black and white to give the filmmakers the option of showing the film in black and white or color. The title was changed to Movie because it was felt Double Feature might be confusing. There was plans to include a Flash Gordon type serial, but this was not filmed. Now, Scott said in praise of Gelbart, he's such a good writer, and the picture was so much fun, I was almost ashamed to take the money. The film was previewed extensively. As a result of the preview, a newsreel used to open the film was dropped, along with the trailer for a fake movie. A new ending was shot for Dynamite Hands, which took 1 day. A prologue was added starring George Burns, in which Burns explained what double features were. Now, the film premiered at the Sutton Theater in New York City on November 22nd, '78. In the movie release, George Burns leads us to expect in the film's prologue. Dynamite Hands in a mock film trailer for 0 Hour, a Flying Ace movie set in World War I, were in black and white, and the musical Baxters Beauties of '33 was in color. Now, numerous critics reviewed it, and basically it was pretty well positive. Although Rex Reed, who was not paid payola to promote the movie, said it was the latest in a long and boring series of remakes, and added that all he proved is that he can make old movies that are just as dumb as he made them 40 years ago. In their attempts at parody, they have ended up creating the same thing they're sending up. However, Clyde Gilmore of the Toronto Star wrote that George Burns introduces the film in a prologue obviously tacked on at the last minute, and the famous old funnyman doesn't say anything funny. Now, 4 reviews of the film are listed on Rotten Tomatoes, which does not qualify them to have a sufficient score to rate the film as of 2023. Now, Lou Grade liked the movie so much that he commissioned a sequel. October '78, he said this would be called Movie 2 and would be written by Gelbart and Keller and once more directed by Donen. Gelbart wrote a script which was amongst his papers at UCLA, but it went unproduced. Now, the movie bombed at the box office. Grade blamed poor distribution from Warner Brothers. This contributed to Grade deciding to help set up his own distributing company, Associate Film Distribution, with ultimately disastrous financial consequences for him and his company. Saw this movie once on late night television. Not a bad movie, but it was a parody of a parody of a parody. And maybe it would work in the 1980s and 90s, but George C. Scott and Red Buttons and some of the key actors, George C. Scott wasn't as popular as he thought he was, especially for comedies. Anyway, now some home video editions, like the 1980 Magnetic Video Corporation edition, feature the original color version of Dynamite Hands that was printed on black and white stock during its theatrical release. The film was eventually released on Blu-ray by Scorpion Releasing on June 28, 2016. Now, the movie was nominated for quite a bit of awards, and we'll go over them. LA Film Critics Association, nominated for Best Screenplay, Best Music. National Board Review won Top 10 Film Award. New York Film Critics won Best Supporting Actor, third place for Barry Bostwick, and Best Screenplay for Gelbart and Sheldon Keeler. Now, in the Golden Globe Awards in '79, nominated for Best Motion Picture, Best Actor in a Motion Picture, George C. Scott, and Best Motion Picture Acting Debut, Harry Hamlin. Berlin International Film Festival, nominated for the Golden Bear, Donen got the nomination. National Society of Film Critics, Best Supporting Actor, Barry Bostwick, 4th place. Best Screenplay, Gelbart and Keller, 3rd place. Writers Guild of America Award, Best Comedy Written Directly for the Screen, Will Gelbart and Sheldon Keller. And Best Foreign Music, David D. Donatello Award, won by Ralph Burns in 1980. Now, personally, I think Gelbart and Keller should have been nominated for a screenplay for sure, and the music was quite strong as well. I think Barry Bostwick was strong enough to get a supporting actor nomination. But the last movie in my memory that talked about a double feature, I could be wrong here, was I think Grindhouse in 2007. It was a different genre altogether. So movie, 3 stars out of 5. It is what it is to see a young Harry Hamlin, to see a coherent George C. Scott who's not complaining about being nominated or not being nominated, and of course seeing George C. Scott doing a movie with his I think Van de Beer was before Colleen Dewhurst. I could be wrong here. But I mean, do you have quality together? And of course, Barry Bostwick at the time, from Rocky Horror Picture Show onward, he had a bunch of strong performances, and this is one of them. But like I said, it is what it is. You like that universal style of what you call cookie cutter B movie. You're getting 2 movies for one. So, but the thing is, you have to understand. Maybe the fans didn't want this type of movie, but it's a failed experiment, sure. But I think in a way, it was what it was. It's a unique part of movie history, and I'm glad to talk about it today. Even though 45 years later, I think I'm the last person to talk about this movie as a movie critic and essayist. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our Vintage Movie Podcast, let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.